Hey folks, Dale Davidson here, the Dear VA Guy at gmail.com. Glad you're here today. Welcome. We hope that we're going to give you some good information today on total disability, individual unemployability. So what we're talking about is, our goal is for you to be if you qualify to be 100% disabled, we want you to have that 100% disability rating. But a lot of times the VA will give you a 60% or 70% service-connected disability. And they're not telling you about the unemployability component. I don't know why, but the VA's they're not very user-friendly. How's that? So what we're talking about is how can we help you raise that your disability rating up to 100%? We use it a lot of times with this total disability rating for your unemployability. This rating applies if you meet or exceed a certain percentage of disability, okay? Namely, let's just pick out a number, 60 or 70%. How do we get you up to 100%? The truth is, you can increase your rating anytime you have one or more service-connected disabilities, okay? What the problem is, a lot of people out there who have this 50, 60% disability, or maybe even less, they're still not able to be employed because of their service-connected disability. And so what we do is we're bringing to the attention of the VA that you are not employable because of your service-rated disability, and that we need to raise your disability up. So how much can you receive? So a disabled veteran can, at 100% now, this is 100%, this year receives about $3,300 a month. That's total, okay? You can get additional monies if you're married, have dependent children, or dependent parents. So how do you do that? Well, number one, you got to contact us, okay? Contact me at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. Let's sit down and talk about this and see how we can raise your disability rating. Let me talk about another client. I know, without mentioning names, this client is working, and he works part-time, and he came in to see me the other day, and he says, hey, because we had talked about this total disability, individual unemployability, and he said, look, I'm working, but I can't continue. How is me working going to affect my total disability, my unemployability? The problem is, if you're currently working but don't earn more than the federal poverty threshold, then the VA will consider you to be what they refer to as marginally employed. In my case, with my client, he was not marginally employed because he earned too much. Now, the federal poverty rate's around $13,000, a little over $1,100 a month, okay? But I told him, say, look, all is not lost here. Let's see what we can do for you. So here's the rest of the story. So if you're marginally employed and your employment is not substantially gainful, according to the VA, therefore, you're entitled, or you may be entitled, to the total disability individual employability rating, okay? Again, got to qualify. The problem is, if you're working, what is your environment? So the VA looks at, are you in a protected work environment? For instance, do you work in a family business? Or does your job have specific or allow specific accommodations for you and for your disability? And are your earnings above the federal poverty level? Okay, you may still be entitled to the total disability unemployability rating because the VA does not consider a protected work environment to be substantially gainful employment. Big fancy words, okay? So in my client's case, although he was not marginally employed because he earned too much, he did not work in a protected work environment, and his job did not provide any kind of specific accommodations. So we encouraged him, and we have filed on his behalf a change in rating based upon total disability for his individual unemployability. So what does substantially gainful mean? The VA uses that term to mean employment for which you, the veteran, are earning above the poverty level. Again, the poverty level for 2022 is about $13,000, a little over $1,100 per month. The VA regulations indicate that if you are in a sheltered employment environment, okay, self-employment, working for a family business, on a position from where they make accommodations for your disability, basically you can't be fired. So that doesn't count as being substantially gainfully employed. But what about you, the veterans out there that they are not employed, but they really want to be employed? And so if I can secure and maintain a job, then I'm going to be okay. Well, as far as the VA is concerned, if your service-connected disability prevents you from getting a job or prevents you from keeping a job, then you're not substantially gainfully employed. So you may have some physical disabilities such as back or knee problems. Prime example, so you were in the airborne or paratroopers, or better yet, Top Gun. I had a client who was a Top Gun pilot, and his back was shot with all of the pressure, the G-forces and things of that nature that they were pulling on those airplanes. His back was shot. That's noticeable when you have somebody who can't walk. They're walking with a cane, they're walking with a walker. That's noticeable. So who is going to really hire somebody who has those kinds of physical limitations if they're having to get up and walk or carry things? It's just not going to happen. But what about somebody who has PTSD? That's not really, you can't really tell if somebody has PTSD unless you're trained to spot that. So again, there's some issues that might not be evident when you interview for a job that will prevent you or hinder you from keeping a job as time goes by. So then the VA comes up with this bright idea. Hey, Dale over here, he looks like he's okay. He can walk without a walker, doesn't have a cane or anything like that. So we're going to deny him his total disability individual unemployability claim, because we, as the VA, as the all-knowing, all-seeing people, believe that that Dale is incapable of sedentary work. That's just wrong, okay? So who left them in charge? So they're just simply speculating that I can do this sedentary work because I look okay. But I'm not okay. I have a service-connected disability. What if I can't sit for long periods of time because of my back? What if I can't lift things? Okay. Now the VA looks at the Department of Labor regulations and all that and says, hey, if you can't lift something over 10 pounds, and sedentary work means being able to sit for at least 6 hours. But I'm going to tell you what, if you've got a back injury, you can't sit there for 6 hours without getting up or laying down. Okay. You got to be moving during the day. Otherwise you'll just feel miserable. So we can help fight the VA on this sedentary work requirement that they often place on our veterans. So all you got to do is shoot us an email at dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. We hope that you've liked this video. We hope it's giving some good information on how we can help you increase your disability rating based upon unemployability. So again, encourage you to like and subscribe our videos so you'll be notified when the next one comes out. And again, we heart our veterans and we heart our spouses of our veterans, because without you, we wouldn't be free. So until next time, be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story a joke.